play clock at 3. We'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete.
The pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now Burrow on first down.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Washington.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 72 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
10 at the 35-yard line.
Burrow will throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Intended for.
He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And it's third down. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And the Cowboys have recovered.
Leighton Vander Esch, the quarterback sack.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Ronald Darby brought him down. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Burrow loses the football.
Joe Burrow sack. A fumble fumble on the play.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Cowboy ball carrier.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play here for Dallas. 56 yards.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering the...
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And the Washington offense going back to work.
And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On 2nd down, Kamara. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game. But it's a significant...
Now Burrow loses the football.
And the Cowboys have recovered.
The quarterback is sacked.
I think they're going to have to make some decisions here. That's the 2nd fumble here in the 1st quarter. And what I mean by that is, do you have the confidence to stay with him? Or are you going to have to make a change and maybe go to someone else?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. What a 1st quarter. Boom, you're up 3 scores just like that, and the offense clicking.
And they're thinking to themselves, we can totally overwhelm this team. Now flip it over. they're going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
Can't panic here. Talk to yourselves one play at a time to try and get back in.
That's cliche, but really that's the message. This is still very early on in the game. We're in the first quarter.
If you look at it as down 20, then you almost have no shot.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football
as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again. Hassan Reddick bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Return team. Hey, man, let's play our game.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2nd and 11. Letting one fly deep for Coop. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they'll get this down to the 10. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
He was brought down at the 10.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Ball carrier.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the 5-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
Makes the score Cowboys 23. Washington.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
On third down, Burrow hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. First down, here's Burrow. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season. And his throw here's incomplete. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is brought in at the 21. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you talk about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and now it's second down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On second down, it's Elliott. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
Third down.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's...
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From the gun on third down is Burrow. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he takes us down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Seibert's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
The second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. It led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
A pass there, complete to Westbrook. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike, strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
This thrown quickly out to Cooper. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
This is unbelievable.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Cooper's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And he completes it to Westbrook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a gain of 6.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again, we're going to look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll set up to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 49.
First down pass.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
The pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Joe Burrow with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown.
The point after.
So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often? Definitely.
If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
23 yards. And a Cowboy 1st down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And Cooper's got a big game going. That's complete again. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. back to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard.
The Washington offense back out there.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but now it's third down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Open man Lamb. It's complete.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
On the carry.
A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively.
And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing down, Burrow on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it's Burrow.
Now Burrow loses the football.
Joe Burrow sacked.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
On the coverage.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And now here come the Cowboys. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
On a crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking deep in the direction of Coop. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And oh, my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.